So let's say it's for entrepreneurs. Keep these just as simple, like one-word answers, right? So don't put like every type of possible audience in here. You just want simple, avatars or whoever you're targeting, but keep it, the more specific you are, the better your book will be received. And then it comes up with some suggestions for your title. Okay, so Unleash Your Inner Confidence, a guide for entrepreneurial success, the Self-Esteem Entrepreneur, Confidence Mastery for Entrepreneurs, a step-by-step guide. If I'm unhappy with any of these, I can click on Regenerate and it will go and do that for me. And then I ask it to give me a tone of voice. Okay, so let's try something. Let's see what happens if I do humorous. Now what it will do is it will go and generate an outline for me. So this is the outline for my book. Now, if I want to change any of these, this is an editor, right? So I can just change any of the content. If I want to remove something, let's say I don't want this chapter 8, then I just delete it like that. Okay. And once you're happy with this, okay, then you can just click on next, and now Word Genie will go off and start generating and filling out the content for you. Okay, so this is it coming in now. And again, once this is done and finished, it will end up in your docs file, right? So even though you have the option at the end here to choose a template and go straight in and create your book, I highly recommend that what you do instead is you take this content and you edit it in your docs folder. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to show you that. Okay, so it's saved. Let's go to my docs. Okay, so here's my book. It says, oh, it's not finished yet. Do you want to continue? I'm not going to. Click skip. Okay, so now I'm in my docs editor and I can start, just editing like normal content, right? Now, this is where I suggest, when people talk about AI, there's a lot of anti-AI feeling and all that, but what you have to view this AI tool as a tool, literally, to help you produce your book, right? If you go in on the expectation that you can just churn out lots and lots of AI books and leave it at that, then it's not going to get you the end result that you want. And the end result you want is a polished book that helps establish you as an authority to get more leads, more customers, or whatever your purpose is, right? So I highly recommend at this stage to refine this content in your own words, right? You don't have to rewrite it, but add your perspective, add case studies, what you've seen work in the past, what you haven't seen work, and use this as like your baseline, right? And that way, then when you come to publish it, it will be very much your own work, right? Just aided by AI. And so then when you submit to Amazon, or let's say you just publish somewhere and it asks you, is this an AI book? You can confidently select, no, it's not an AI book. It's my book, right? I've created it, but I've used AI to help me along the line, just like everyone is doing nowadays. Okay, so I do recommend that you do that and make it your own. It will make the book more engaging to read for the end user, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want people to read your book, right? That's why we're doing it. So that's what I suggest when you're creating a book within Word Genie. A couple of other things I just want to quickly touch on with Word Genie, and that is when you're in a book, let's just go into a different one. So I'm going in via a project now to different book, that I created on a previous session. So this book is called 15 Growth Strategies for Scale. I can add content, right? So this is like 15 growth strategies. I can add content using WordGenie chat, right, over here. So, for example, I can say things like, give me 5 steps for confidence growth. 5 steps I can take to boost my confidence. And then you can get clever, saying using winemaking as an analogy. Okay. So it's written this: start with the basics, just like in winemaking. Begin by learning the fundamentals of confidence building. Understand what that means. Experiment, try new things. Embrace failures as learning opportunities. So in winemaking, not every batch will turn out perfectly, right? So you can use WordGenie within your ebook content. So if you think, oh, I want to expand an idea here. So, so say I was writing about confidence and, I wanted to give 5 tips just like this, then I can just take that, rewrite it, or I can say rewrite the above if I wanted to. And then I just drag that into the content like that, okay? And it's just dragged it in there, and that content is all done. And you notice obviously it's picked a different font, so I just need to change the font to the same one here. Okay. Oh, it's an ordered list. That's right. So my font is called Gabriella. So then I just change this font here to Gabriella. And let's change the color as green color. Sixteen points. Where my text go? Oh, I know, it's just too big for the box. Let me just undo that a sec. Oh, that's embarrassing. Lost my content. Let's just add that back in again. Where is it? WordGenie. There we go. Right, I need to find out why that happened. But some reason, changing that font there, I think I made it invisible when I'm pasting in colors. So, okay. Size 16. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but I just redid it, dragged it back in, and we're good to go. Okay, right, let's look back at the chat. Carrie, would you say writing the content and uploading it is a better way to go? If so, would you recommend WordGenie for the project? So Carrie, what is important is to get all your content done in the docs section before you move it into this section. That was my point earlier, if that's what you mean. You can start with Word Genie as your outliner, right, and just fill in the blanks. That a lot of people do that. You know, I think if you know, writing everything with Word Genie and then editing and making it your own, I think is a lot faster way to produce your end book, right? That's my point. You know, that rather than start from a blank sheet of paper. We certainly see, you know, with all our customers, it's got like all of them 90% of the way there. We've had emails from many customers who've been wanting to get their book done for years, right? And now they're there. You know, even though they've rewritten a lot of the content generated by Word Genie, the point is they wouldn't have got there otherwise, right? And that's really the power with it. Okay. I want to cover one thing which I just realized I didn't cover. Now, we've covered creating PDFs. If you're creating a book for Kindle, right? Kindle doesn't have a graphical format, right? So if you've ever read a Kindle book, you'll see it's just basically text, right? With some images. It's not a very graphical format. So when you're doing it for Kindle, obviously in the same way, you know, write everything in your docs, okay, get it all finished, yeah. And then when you come to choose a template, don't choose one of these really graphical ones. You want to choose a really simple one. I'm just going to show you the best template to use, which is called Plain Vanilla. This one here, Plain Vanilla. Okay, so if you're going to select an EPUB option, select this template, Plain Vanilla. It's very, very simple. It's very clean, right? And it doesn't put lots of images in there. And that's what you want for a Kindle book. Okay, you want a really simple one. So if your end product is just for Kindle, you can skip a lot of the template and the graphical stuff. Okay, and just go straight for that. Get your content right, and do your cover. Okay. In fact, while we talk about cover, let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to open up Plain Vanilla. Okay. So this is now a blank template, right? Because I haven't given it any content. And I just want to show you how to do a cover image. Okay. So this is my cover page. As you see, it's very boring right now. And so what I do is I just go up to the top here and I open up the toolbar and I click on images, okay, to get my image panel open here. And then from here, you know, I can select the image that I've already uploaded. If I click on it, it will just upload it now into my cover. And then, so all I need to do then is just edit my, you know, style and everything for my fonts. Okay, so let's select white, try a different font. In fact, I'll get rid of this, I don't need this one. Pull that back in. Pull that back in. And then to my okay, and you can edit that as you need to. All right, so and you can position it wherever, and you'll want your title, your subtitle, a stunning, clean background image, right? And then from there, you know, you just publish that. In fact, you click on published to get it as a PDF, right? But for Kindle, you'll want to you want the cover image, and this is how it works, right? So click on publish here. If I select Kindle, okay, do export, it will clean up the project for me. And it will give me two options, right, which I need to take both. So first of all, I download the Kindle EPUB file, so it's ready for Kindle, okay, and then I download the Kindle cover page. And the reason for that is that when you submit into Kindle itself, into Amazon KDP, it asks you for both of these separately, okay? And so, yeah, you're all sorted. Okay, have a quick look through the chat. How did you insert the image? Can I don't see the blue cover page box. So on the cover, right at the top here, if you click on that, you get that toolbar. And then if you click on the image icon there, then you get all your images open. And you could then select, click on the search as well. Perhaps I want to move an image. Let's try that. Okay. All right, cool. So I think we're done. I'm just having a look through, see if I've missed anyone. Monique, I think you just saw the image part. Dr. Elizabeth, can I paste it in my content request to rearrange and expand? This is a book I've been working on. So you could do that within the doc section. So if you just save that. So in the doc section here, if you have any content and you want to expand it, you can just highlight it and click on expand. Okay, so you do that, like highlight the content, go to Word Genie, you can expand it just there. Okay. Determined to be great. I signed up as an affiliate a few weeks ago. How to getting approved. If you can pop a message into the chat, so we don't auto approve, we have to do it on request. Okay. Simply because we get a lot of people trying to con us out of money. All right, cool. So I think we're at the end. Oh, Gary's saying, I have a book that I've written with ChatGPT. Can I upload this and design and add to it? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Just put it, upload it into your docs, right? To this section here. Refine it, make sure it's all good, make sure your headings are set up correctly. Again, I wouldn't just leave it as just ChatGPT. Make sure it's as personal as possible, okay? Natasha is saying, where can I find the recordings? So if you go to the Learning Center here, so click on the question mark in Designer, click on the Learning Center, okay? That will open up this screen here, right? Where we've got all our written content, yeah? And at the bottom there is the replays, okay? All right, thank you everyone. I hope you found that valuable. Again, there's other replays and where we cover other topics. So feel free to have a browse. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group. All right, thanks a lot.